Hey, what's happening, ladies and gentlemen? Hope you're doing well today. We've got our next matchup against the Smoker, and we won the first one, so we're going into game 2 here. And we're just, we're playing some friendly matches right now, just enjoying some games. I'm kind of thinking of what I want to do here. I do have 2 jet pistols as well as a radical beam that I could potentially take, and I think that I only run maybe 1 if not 2 of the radical beams in this setup at the moment. That's going to change in the future, but the jet pistol is what we do take for this turn. And then he does pass his first. I'll put down the second Nami, and I'm trying to decide between the Zoro and the Luffy. I think that the Zoro is just a better pickup for this matchup. It just seems like I can get enough swings in pretty early and have it cost, a lot less than what the Luffy would. But I think we might already have a Luffy in hand too. So having 2 of those is no bueno. But I'll go ahead and swing 5 and then 5 again. And he does take both life. It's pretty standard for Smoker to be taking, maybe 1 to 2 life pretty early. It's getting those impact waves that are so crucial. They're extremely important against the red matchup, and also just having like enough resources to survive some of those early swings but get some of those bodies on board that you need. Yeah, pretty important. But I will choose to go 5 at life here. Let's see if he does counter out. He does rest the Borsalino, which I thought was pretty ballsy. I could go like really hard with a Makino here, boost up the Nami, and take it to like 9 or something just to KO that. But I am going to just do 6 at the Borsalino, and then he does trash a Kobe in order to save that. And then I will choose to play the Zoro and then go 6 yet again, just pulling resources out of hand. And he will 2k counter with Garp. I'll go ahead and pass turn here. And I feel decent about that though. I have, a pretty solid board at the moment. It's going to be probably more resources drawn from hand if he wants to get rid of both Zoro and like a Nami or the Makino or something. But sorry guys, it's pretty late, and I'm a little like congested right now. I've been recording a lot of these matchups because as I said in the first video of some of these, I'm in Spain at the moment, and if you're watching this video, I'm probably flying back this day actually of this posting. So I'll be back to more frequent and normal uploads in the near future. Just kind of got to get things situated. But he does swing for 7 at Zoro, and I go ahead and take that. And he swings with Borsalino as well at Makino, and I'm just going to go ahead and, just take that L. And yeah, he is going to play down Roshinante and then tap another 3 for Tashigi. So I have an opportunity here yet again to KO the Borsalino, but I do have to deal with the Roshinante first. I don't know if I have like a Gordon in hand, or I know we have the jet pistol, but I don't think I want to spend 4 Dawn just to try and get rid of the Borsalino. But it is a very pesky card against red. I mean, realistically, the only way I can deal with it is multiple swings, if not jet pistol out of life. And I am going to do 6 at Borsalino here first, just to see what he'll discard from hand, because I can't imagine that he'll block, and he does counter out. I'll do another 6 with 2 Dawn remaining, seeing if he'll get rid of the Roshinante, but he counters out with a Borsalino. But we pick up the Mass Deuce since he did not get rid of the Roshinante. So I was like, okay, this isn't too bad. I've got Mass Deuce to take care of, his blocker next turn. And then, we're looking pretty solid. But I think he does something here that kind of caught me off guard. And it was kind of a smart call, if I remember correctly. Maybe I'm thinking of something different. I'm not sure. Maybe a different turn. but I think I just remember him swinging with Roshinante. I could be wrong about that, but he goes 7 at the Zoro. Okay, yeah. So he does get rid of that. And he'll play a Garp. Just go ahead and trash a 5-cost Smoker, getting rid of the Mass Deuce. So getting, you know, through 2 blockers now is going to be a little pesky, especially with him having 3 life. So he's set up very well. He's got honestly a pretty dang good position at the moment. And I do have 9 Dawn. I could play 9-drop Newgate here. Not terrible. Honestly, it's pretty decent play. And then I could do like 8,000 at the Garp. And that would be, honest to God, pretty solid. I'd feel like the position is not that bad. And we're looking like, you know, Roshinante is basically useless after I played 9-drop. And then, oh, so I'm doing it a little differently. Okay, so we're going to rest 3. We're going to rest 3. We'll get rid of that by playing Vista. And then I don't know if I like this. I guess it's not terrible though, because he does have Tashigi on board and the 5-drop Garp. So in the moment, he's already able to get why am I forgetting his name? Newgate down to, let's see, like 6 cost just with Tashigi and leader ability. So pretty easy to Sakazuki, something like that. So I kind of want to, if possible, get rid of Tashigi. And then I do Jet Pistol the Garp. Now this was a bit of a mistake, and I realized it afterwards. I told my opponent that I should have went 8,000 at Garp versus 8,000 at life, because I was just giving him resources versus him potentially using Borsalino to block or potentially trying to counter out of the swing at Garp. And then I would have Jet Pistoled him had he countered out and whatnot. So a little bit of a misplay. Not huge, but still doesn't feel good when your opponent's, you know, looking pretty commanding right now. He's definitely got the upper hand. And we'll do 5 at life from him. I will go ahead and take that. He does 10-drop my Vista, but just having the 10-drop on field is pretty scary. It's just going to subtract 5 to every cost and, yeah, make everything much, much harder for me. And now I do play Newgate, and I swing. He takes the life there, going down to 1. Yeah, we're at 3 life, but now I'm like 90% sure Newgate's just going to die this turn. He could play Garp, he could play Sakazuki, he could use Tashigi's ability, play Kobe. I mean, there's just a multitude of things he can do and just absolutely destroy the 9-drop. So, doesn't feel good not to have played it on curve. I think that might have been my better option because I would have got at least like 1 turn of value out of it, maybe. I don't know. I think that probably was the better play. But he does swing 7 at life, and I'm at 7. I did not counter. I decided to take. Oh, and I told him, I was like, you know what? I was like, do you mind if I just use this? It was the trigger I pulled, and I just here's me waving, saying sorry, guys. You know, because we're playing a friendly match. No, it's not like we're trying to, you know, do anything bad about one another. And then he uses Garp, and I realized, oh my gosh, you have 10-drop on the field. I'm an idiot. Yeah, you just KO'd my Newgate. There it is. And now my opponent has 2 Roshinantes, a Borsalino, and an extremely terrifying board. I think with like 1 or 2 cards in hand, though, it's just going to be so hard for me to get through just 1 attack. I have to get 1 swing through in order to drop like 5-drop and potentially rush for game, but it's not looking good. I can't imagine that my opponent would let me get like a, you know, just a random 6,000, 7,000 power swing through. And I'm trying to think of what is my best option in this moment, because I know that if I play 5-drop, it's not really going to do me any good. But I do play Curly Dodon. I'm trying to find like some counter power to potentially survive next turn. And I do pick up Otama, which is pretty huge. That'll help out a lot. it doesn't really help with, you know, being able to KO anything on his board necessarily. Arguably, I could play like Otama Gordon, then Jet Pistol the Kuzan, but then I'm pretty much just wide open to the attack next turn. And yeah, with 2 life, it seems a little risky. But man, I think I remember playing or like doing a swing with leader to try and see if I can bait out a block from the from one of the Roshinantes against the Garp. But yeah, so I will go 6k at Garp here. He's just trying to decide whether he wants to counter or not, and he does. He uses his 2k counter Garp. So I'll play Zoro. I'll go ahead and swing 7, interestingly enough. Yeah, little block action there. And I'll play Gordon. And it doesn't look like we're going to be able to do much. I just put the Gordon down because I don't really need it in hand, and it could potentially be useful in the next turn. I'd like to have the extra Dawn. So I'll just work with this if possible. But he has options. I'm at 2 life, no blockers. And now he's got to think, does he go for lethal or does he try and do some board clear? Yeah. Gonna use smoker ability, you know, everything's below 0. So he's up to 7k there, and now he's just trying to plan out what are the swings? What swings does he have to do? And he's gonna do 7 at life. Now I could block, or excuse me, I could counter, but I'm not sure if I want to counter yet. And I think this actually ends up being a misplay on my part, but I was trying to save, I have a Red Hawk in hand, and I was trying to save the Red Hawk for like a little bit bigger of a swing, but this is where he throws me for an absolute loop. He puts, you know, enough Dawn underneath Borsellino and Garp so that they can't be jet pistoled. Extremely smart on his part. And he throws 3 under Roshinante. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I really, really wish I had used the Red Hawk, because now he's just getting an extra swing through. And I do luckily have a 1k counter, so I get Brook to at least cover that. And now when he swings with 7 with Borsellino, I just go ahead and I was going to get rid of the Roshinante, but then I realized with the 3 Dawn, I was like, oh, he's at 5. So this doesn't even KO that. But it doesn't really matter because it's rested. But he chooses to swing 9, and then I'd pick up Jet Pistol out of life, and it would have been so, so good if I had gotten that first. But sadly not, and my opponent's going to take the win here. But a solid match overall. And yeah, after this, I was opening up some of our prize winnings, and I'm just going to include that right here. And we had, yeah, it was some fun cards picked up, and it was a really good time overall. But I hope you guys enjoyed. And other than that, I will see you very soon. Take care. Peace.